DSM-A 7 is about discount and sales tax. So we're going to learn how to find the discount amount, sale price, how to find tax rates, the total purchase price, also how to find percent increase and percent decrease in this section. So this is a graphical image of the United States population. It says percent change by county from 2010 to 2014. So you can see the percentages. There's a little legend over here where the table is to the right that tells you what the colors indicate. Whenever you look at a graphical image, make sure you know where the legend or the key is so that you can understand and interpret the graphical image. And just thinking about percents, remember, you know how to change a percent into a decimal and also a fraction. So keep that in mind as we move along in this lecture. Find the amount of discount and the sale price. So they give us some information that we need in order to calculate this. We have the original price and we have the discount rate, which is a percent. So what you need to do in this case is to find the discount amount, the third box, we need to know our formula for finding a discount amount. So the discount amount can be found by taking the original price. It's going to abbreviate that original price, and we're going to multiply it. I'm going to put an asterisk for multiply. We're going to multiply it times the discount rate. So to calculate the answer for this discount amount, I'm going to take $97 times, and what I want to do is change this percent into a decimal. So remember, if we drop the percent symbol and run two places to the left, this becomes 30 hundredths or 3/10. So however you want to write that, this will be 30 hundredths or 3/10. If we multiply these two numbers, we're going to find out that the answer is $29.10. Now, sometimes when you work on the calculator, it gives you this as the answer. I'll just put calculator. And we as instructors, we can tell if you put an answer such as this down, that you used your calculator and you didn't give it much thought. Now, when you're doing money, you want to put it to the nearest hundredths or the nearest cent. So you should have added a 0 in this case there. Okay, so let's not be sloppy. Let's make sure we have that correct. So this is $29.10. Next, we're going to find the sale price. And we do like saving money. At least I hope we do. So this is the sale price, and if you want to find the sale price, we need to take the original price. Again, I'll abbreviate for original. And we want to subtract that discount amount. So who doesn't like a good sale? So we're going to take the original price, which is $97, and we will subtract the discount amount, which is $29.10. And this is going to give you $67.90. Again, you can do this by hand or you can use your calculator. And this will be your sale price. So once again, we're just filling in the table. So the discount amount, original price times the discount rate. Make sure you change your rate into a decimal form. And then the sale price. The sale price is going to be the original price minus the discount. So make sure you know how to calculate your discount amount and your sale price. A stereo normally priced at $819 is on sale for 25% off. Find the discount and the sale price. So the way they presented this problem, they're asking you to actually find it in that specific order, the discount. And then once we find the discount amount, we will be able to find our sale price. So the first thing we want to do is find our discount amount. From the previous section, we know that we can take the discount amount by finding the original price, which is $819, and we are going to multiply it times the percent. So this is your original price. And this is your discount rate. We want to take that rate and change it to a decimal. Original price times the discount rate is going to give us a discount amount of $204.75. Remember, if it doesn't say where to round to the nearest cent. The next item we need to find is the sale price. And if you recall, the sale price is found by taking the original price minus the discount amount. So we have $819 minus the discount amount. And our sale price will be $614.25. Remember, this is discount, and we subtract the discount from the original price to get the sale price. The purchase price of a camcorder is $750. What is the total price if the sales tax rate is 8 5/10%? All right, so the purchase price, we're going to identify the purchase price is $750, and sales tax rate is 8.5% or 8 5/10%. We need to change that into a decimal. So again, drop your percent symbol, take the decimal, move it 2 places to the left. So this should be 85 thousandths. Now this is an area where students make typical mistakes by not translating from a percent to a decimal. So make sure you know how to do that. So let's take a look. The first thing we need to do, if we want a total price, total implies you're adding something together. And they did say that you have a tax rate here. So remember, we pay taxes. We don't get a discount of taxes. So in this case, the first thing you should find is your tax amount. And the tax amount can be found by taking your purchase price and multiplying it by the tax rate. So we're going to take the price of the camcorder, $750, and multiply it times the tax rate. In doing this, we're going to end up with a tax amount of $63.75. Okay, we're not done just yet. That's just the tax amount. What they did ask us to find here is, what is the total price? What is the total price? So the total price is going to be equal to your purchase price plus taxes. Okay, so your purchase price plus tax. So we're having $750 plus the $63.75 in taxes. And you will have $813.75. So this is your total price here. $813.75. So this is a little different. Remember, if we have a discount, we subtract it from the original price. But if you're looking for a total price, you're going to add the tax amount to your purchase price. A new plasma screen television has a purchase price of $4,160. If the sales tax on this purchase is $332.80, find the sales tax rate. All right, so this is a little different than the one we did earlier, but what we do know about the sales tax rate, and the purchase price is the formula that said if we have the tax amount, I'm going to abbreviate this, amount is equal to the purchase price times the tax rate. The same formula that we used before. The only difference on here is now this time we are actually looking for the sales tax rate. That's my unknown. So what I'm actually going to do is take this equation and I'm going to solve for my tax rate. So since this is a multiplication, the opposite of multiply is to divide. So I'm basically going to divide by the purchase price. What I do to one side, I'm going to do to the opposite side. So I'm going to divide by the purchase price. On the right-hand side, the purchase price divided by a purchase price divides out. And what that does for you, it leaves you your tax rate. This is the item we're trying to find. We can find the tax rate by taking the tax amount and dividing it by the purchase price. So this is the formula that we will use to find our tax rate. So you didn't have to do it this way. You could have just inserted on that original equation. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second here. So we know our tax amount is, let me write this out. The sales tax is $332.80. And we're going to divide that now by the purchase price, which is $4,160. And if you place this in your handy dandy calculator, you're going to get 800ths. So the thing you need to remember about a rate is that a rate is written in percent form. So we need to change this to a percent. Move that decimal 2 places to the right, add your percent symbol. So you're going to get an 8% sales tax rate. Let me fill in some information here so you can follow this. All right, so we used this formula, substituting the information they gave in the problem. You have your purchase price and you have your sales tax amount. And then we used it to solve and find for the tax rate. I did mention that if you wanted to, you could have just used the original formula. The tax amount is equal to the purchase price times the tax rate. So if we did that, you write a little separation here so you know that all I'm doing is reworking this problem a different way. If you did your tax amount, which is $332.80, is equal to the purchase price, $4,160, times the tax rate. So since we don't know the tax rate, I can call the tax rate X, if you will. And you can see what happens is to isolate and solve this equation, you would again divide both sides by 4,160, which is the purchase price. And on the right-hand side, 4,160 divided by 4,160 is the same thing as 1. That will leave x by yourself on the right-hand side. And once again, you're going to end up dividing this left-hand side. You're going to get your 800ths. You'll change it into a percent form. And this is your tax rate. So however you'd like to work this, I always like to show a different way if I can. You choose what works for you and what is easier for you to remember. Find the amount of increase and the percent increase. So they gave us two items. They gave us the original amount and they gave us a new amount. So the first thing we want to go do is find the amount of increase. So in this case here, our new amount is 360. So we're going to take 360, the new amount, subtract the original amount, and that will give you 160. That is the amount of increase. Next, they want us to find the percent increase. Notice it says percent, so that means your answer is going to be in percent form. So the percent increase is going to be found by taking the amount of the increase and divide it by the original amount. So that would give us 160. If I insert my values, 160 divided by the original amount, which is the 200. 160 divided by 200, and again, if you place this in your calculator or do your long division, you're going to get 8/10. Once again, this is a percent increase, so you need to change this to a percent, which makes it 80%. So the percent increase is 80%. So notice we had two things to go find. The first one was the amount of the increase, which gave us 160. So notice we had the larger number minus the smaller number. And then we had the percent increase, which is the amount of increase divided by the original amount. Change that to a percent and you end up with the percent increase. So that was an 80% increase from starting at 200 on the original amount and increasing to 360. There are 150 calories in a cup of whole milk and only 90 calories in a cup of skim milk. In switching to skim milk, find the percent decrease in the number of calories. So we're trying to find the percent decrease. All right, so we've already done a percent increase on the previous slide. What I'm going to do is give you just a basic formula that you can apply to either one, a percent increase or a percent decrease. Percent increase or decrease. So what you do is you take the, and I'm just going to abbreviate, you're going to take the larger number. They're going to give you two numbers. You take the larger number minus the smaller number. That was that first step that they've had us do. Find the amount of increase on that last problem. Get that value and then divide by the original number. This works whether you're looking for an increase or a decrease. All right, and we're going to prove it now just by looking at this problem. So we have 150 calories for the whole milk, and we are changing to the skim milk, which decreases to a 90 calories. So you can see it's a decrease. So we're going to go in and find the percent decrease. So we're going to take the larger number, which is 150 calories, minus the smaller number, and divide it by, well, the original number. And if you're wondering what the original number is, it's the number that you started with. We were originally on the whole milk. So the whole milk is the 150 calories, or the original amount. All right. And then if we go through and work this, and you can put all of this in your calculator if you like, this is going to give you 60 over 150. Just remember that we're eventually building ourselves to the percent. So we're going to get 4/10, and then we change it to a percent. So what you need to know is that there is a 40% decrease in calories if we change from whole milk to skim milk. 6 years ago, the number of people in a certain country who subscribed to cellular phone service was 114,000. Today, this number has increased to about 217,000. The percent increase of the people who subscribe to the cellular phone service is about blank percent, and it says round to the nearest percent. We need to be careful about that instruction, round to the nearest percent. And we are also looking for the percent increase. So once again, I said they're going to give you two numbers. They gave us 6 years ago, so that's the original number right there, is 114,000. Today, we're at 217,000. So once again, we're going for the percent increase. And we said it's going to be the larger number minus the smaller number, and divide it by the original number. So the original number happened 6 years ago. And once again, you can keep working this, or you can place it in your calculator. The main thing is knowing how to set these up correctly. And if you put this in your calculator, let me bring this down a little bit because it gets a little busy. I came up with, let's see, 903508, and that was the answer in decimal form. So I know that it says round to the nearest percent, but I need it to be in a percent form first. So I'm going to take this decimal, move it 2 places to the right, and then I'll add my percent symbol. So when I do that, now I'm at, there's a 90, and then I have a decimal, and I'm still just going to rewrite everything else out. All right, so now this is what I have. I have 90 and 3,508 0.1%. I'm just joshing with you. Let's just read it as 90.3508%. So the next thing we want to do is round to the nearest percent. The nearest percent is the nearest whole number. So right here, we need to look to the right, and you need to ask yourself, is 3 greater than or equal to 5? The answer is no. So this round, remember, you're going to use the double tildes to say approximately, and this remained 90. So our answer here is it'll be 90%. And you can see the wording on here is about 90%. The word about represents that approximation.